Hello everyone, welcome back to the additional English class of third semester coming under the VSK University Bellary. So this is session number 6. In the previous class we discussed what is a historical play, and we also discussed what is the War of Troy and who is Helen and why was the War of Troy fought. So we have much background already for this play, and in this play, by reading it, let us try to understand how Philip Moyler presents his version of Helena, Spartan Helena. So as we already have discussed, the War of Troy was fought because Menelaus' husband, the Spartan king Menelaus' wife, Helena, eloped with the Trojan Paris. So there are two versions, I have told you already. She eloped with him either, or Paris abducted her, kidnapped her. That's why the longest fought battle in the Greece was the War of Troy, that lasted for 10 years. So let's read Philip Moyler's version and find out what is his focus. See, as the title suggests, the focus is on Helena's feelings and also how was her husband. It is not from the other's point of view. In the sense, in Greek mythology, everybody looks at Helena as the cause of War of Troy. But Philip Moyler's version is different. He tries to explore what was wrong with Helena and her husband and what is the cause of her elopement. This writer, Philip Moyler, is an American stage producer, director, playwright and screenwriter. This play is set in Queen's Palace in Sparta. There is the king's palace wherein Helena is living with her husband, and that's where in the Queen's Palace this scene is set. We shall also look at important characters and then observe how the characters converse, what do they converse, and through their dialogues we shall try to understand what happens in the play. If you remember, we have discussed who is Helena and why the War of Troy was fought in the previous class. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand Helena's feelings for her husband Menelaus. You will also understand Menelaus' feelings for Helen, and you will understand Sumu as a slave. In the mythological story, that is Greek mythology, after Helena was abducted or eloped, Menelaus is depicted as a hero, brave king, who fought continuously with the Trojans to win his wife back. But in Philip Moyler's version, it is different. So let's see how it is differently depicted in this version. Yes. So these are the important characters in this one act play. Helena, of course, is the focal point. She is the queen of Sparta, wife of Menelaus, the king of Sparta. And with Helena, there is a woman, a maid servant, Sumu, a slave woman, and there is the king's librarian, whose name is Analyticus. And there is another man called Paris, who enters Queen's palace as a shepherd. Okay. In the opening scene, there is a conversation between Helena and Sumo. And Helena is talking about her beauty and her feelings for Menelaus and so on and so forth. In this conversation, she says the king's shield is dull without the use, and she feels he is out of the battle for too long a period. But Sumo, her slave, tries to defend him as a lover of peace, but Helena doesn't accept it. She says he is not the lover of peace, but he is a lover of comfort. He doesn't want to brave the world. That's what she feels. And she also says, yes, my husband, whom she calls with a nickname Mumu, is best of the husbands, no doubt, but he adores me too much, and that makes me unhappy, uncomfortable. So in this initial conversation between Helena and Sumo, we understand that Helena is not happy with her husband Menelaus. The conversation continues. So as it continues, we see the depth of Helena's heart, what lies in her heart and mind. She says to the slave woman, I should love to have men fighting for me. She wants to see that men should fight for her, and to win her, they should fight and kill one another. She also expresses that she wants to have a lover. She is erring, making a mistake at this point. Being a married woman, being a wife to Menelaus, she thinks of having a lover, which is a taboo. But Menelaus, let us look at it from the other side. Menelaus treats Helena like his religion and asset, and kills anybody if they dare to see her. So that is the point from Menelaus' side. He treats his wife like his own asset. Nobody should see her. Rather, he treats her as an asset of beauty, less cares about her feelings. So that is the problem between two of them. He also doesn't like her laughing loudly. He also doesn't like her calling him Mumu with a nickname. So she speaks angrily, like, don't treat me cruelly, Mumu. You don't understand me. So this is the problem. Menelaus doesn't pay much attention to her, one, and through this conversation we come to know that they are not happy with each other. Menelaus is not happy with her, and Helena is also not happy with Menelaus. So that is also evident in the conversation between Menelaus and Analyticus. Analyticus is king's librarian. So Menelaus taps it out to Analyticus and asks him, where can I find escape from this harsh reality of life? I want to escape from this kind of Helena. And he also expresses his dissatisfaction towards women. He says, why gods made woman necessary to man? And that's how he has made men fools, he says. So this is the height of dissatisfaction he has for Helena. He doesn't like her. He doesn't want her anymore. So he wishes that someone else would have married Helena. He thinks in the when there was a chance to select Helena, he feels Ulysses must have selected Helena. It means he is utterly unhappy with Helena. So in this way, in this session we have discussed that Helena is engrossed in her beauty and she is unhappy with Menelaus, since he does not pay much attention to her and he likes only comfort, not war. She also expresses that she would like to have a lover and want to see men fighting for her, which shows that things are not good between Menelaus and Helena. Menelaus is fed up of Helena's talking and emotionality. So we need to understand that Menelaus is practical and he treats her as his asset of beauty. But Helena's problem is that she is emotional. She wants that in return from her husband, but is never returned. That is the problem. And we also observe that Menelaus talks to Analyticus and wonders, and he wishes that he could escape from the problem of his wife Helena. So here is the point of conflict between Helena and Menelaus. So with this, please go through MCQs, 5 MCQs provided here to check your understanding, so that we can continue reading and interpreting and discussing this one act play in the next session. Thank you.